So yeah, it's a close battle. That top four is just starting to shrink even more. So there's only 16 points now to Actonese and P4. So another good race from Actonese, and we could see the top four in potentially single figures.
That's what we want to see, a four-way fight. I mean, Actonese, as we've said, is just, certainly these past two events, it's just very, very consistent finishes in the sort of top 4 or 5. So since round 1 in Zandvoort was a P8 for Actonese, but then a first position with fastest lap, a first position again, and then a P3 and a P2. So 4 straight podiums now for the Turkish driver. And we have that glorious Subaru on the grid as well.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to see the Subaru. It's been a delivery that has been plagued to work the last couple of weeks, but we can now see it in all its glory. And it's certainly a distinctive one, given it it's a different colour to pretty much the rest of them out there.
So Sumner is here, thankfully. We've got flashing lights from the Team Eurotech car. So it's a John Lemmon Trophy driver at the front in Chad Bradley. So there's potential for a few cars to want to overtake her quickly. Let's try and establish. Hakima's on the front row as well here. We've got a track temperature of 27, which is as hot as we've seen, but it is slightly cloudy here for this one. But Actonese, very much the form driver. If you can score another podium from down here in P5, we could really get ourselves into championship contention.
It's an interesting front row, because Hawk has shown us pace all evening, but just hasn't had the results to show for it. And Chad, we know that she's a quick driver when she's on it, so this could be a good scrap for the front.
What about Joe Manning? The championship leader has been the championship leader for so long, but will he remain the championship leader once this one is all said and done? We're coming up to the line to start round 12 here in the FRS Touring Car Championship. It's Bradley on the inside, Hakima on the outside, the right as we see it. It is green, and Bradley was a little bit off there with the start, so Hakima is going to take the lead. I think Bradley went a little bit too soon, so Hakima has the lead. Sumner's in front of Lightbody, and that's Booth coming up the inside of Actonese there. McDermott's involved as well, and there's lots of action in the midfield. Bradley defending from Sumner, but it's all fairly clean so far. Booth made a great start and is up to what I think is 4th place. That's Sumner going through on Bradley as well, and Actonese is dropping down the field under pressure from McDermott now, and Manning throwing it to the inside as well of the Turkish driver.
Yeah, Actonese has just been hung out to dry, and it's almost like a freight train. Once one of them comes through, they're all starting streaming through. But Bradley just was a little too early with putting the loud pedal down at the start and had to brake. And as soon as she had to brake, the green flag came out, and that's what gave Hawk the jump.
So Booth on the inside, moving up to 3rd. Bradley's going to be forced wide, not the gravel. Lightbody is defending from Williams as well, and that's going to allow McDermott, who's made a good start, to get involved in this fight as well. Hopefully no one will be too late on the brakes. Williams seems quite late on the brakes into the corkscrew. I think we're all just about surviving it. Manning's banging doors with Actonese as they come through the corkscrew. Actonese going the wrong way at the moment, down to P9.
He is, but he just needs to kind of get himself settled into the race. It's something I say quite a lot, but I think you just got to get yourself, find your feet in the race after the first lap, and then just try and make progress from there. But yeah, definitely not the start you wanted from P5, dropping 4 positions down to P9.
The perfect start for Hakima, who's got a 1.6 second lead already from Oscar Sumner, and then there's an even further gap back to Booth, who's in 3rd position. Bradley now in 4th, but under pressure from Lightbody. Williams in there as well. Manning's run wide in turn 1, too late on the brakes, and is going to lose out to Actonese.
Well, yeah, like I said, Hawk is just checked out at the front. It's it looks like, so to say, yeah, just being on lap 2, but this is starting to look like a race to, his race to lose at this point. So, but yeah, they're a bit of a gaggle behind with Booth and Chad, and even closer is Lightbody with Williams and McDermott, and Actonese is side by side with Joe once again.
It's the old where do we point the camera problem again. Lightbody defending. Actonese is on the inside of Manning, and Actonese is going to hold that one. No. Manning stuck it out around the outside, and now Struthers is getting involved in this.
Yeah, Actonese was very fair. He left that car's width for Joe, but that's the issue with going side by side. As you see, Struthers just run a bit wide as Joe ran a bit wide as well, and so Actonese is going to get Struthers back.
Brad Spitz in there as well, fighting with Struthers again. Those two have been in each other's company for a large part of this evening. Good stuff through the field here, but Actonese just needs to get into a rhythm right now.
He does.
Oh, McDermott on the inside of Williams into the final corner. The two teammates here fighting it out as they come over the line.
So yeah, side by side as they go over the crest through technically what is turn 1 and down at the braking for turn 2. Lewis is going to hang this one around the outside, but I think McDermott's going to have the corner.
Oh,
Lewis...
that's Booth. Booth's facing the wrong way. Booth's gone round. And is having to wait for the whole field bar de Boer to come through. Well, Booth, well, it was a great start. Was up to P3. And suddenly, he's down to 12th. Just going to run that back and have a look at what happened there.
Yeah, just having a look. He had a bit of a gap to Chad Bradley going into turn 2, but...
Oh, it's Bradley too late on the brakes.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a slam dunk penalty from the stewards, that one. Just too late on the brakes, and rather than bail out of it, just ran into the back of Booth's car. I think Booth won't be massively pleased with that one.
Yeah, that's a push to pass if you've ever seen one, but yeah, I don't know whether Chad was just hoping that she could, trail do a bit of trail braking and run wide without hitting the back of Booth, but yeah, ran out of space in that one, and yeah, Booth paid quite a massive price for that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're late on the brakes, you've got to just throw it wide and not have the incident with the other car.
Yeah, it's like I said, she started turning in. I don't know whether she was just hoping that she could kind of clear the back of Booth's car and kind of run deep and then try and make a bit more of a V shape and run a hairpin. But yeah, that's. But she's just got to keep her head down. For Booth, he's obviously just got to try and catch up the back of the pack now. And with the amount of battling that we've seen this season, it shouldn't take him very long to do so.
Harkema has bolted here. Is 2.4 seconds clear of Sumner. Is a good 5.5 seconds clear of Bradley now in third position. Williams and Manning fighting here. All of the Team KRO cars are nose to tail.
Yeah, Williams has got a little bit of been a bit of a cork in the bottle. He's obviously been overtaken by McDermott, and he's having a bit of a scruffy half a lap here with Joe putting pressure on him. So. I wouldn't be surprised to see Joe potentially send this one around
Actonese
the
to the inside? No, not quite. I thought Actonese were going to go 3 wide there, but guess what? Those two are stuck nose to tail again. Manning had to bail out of that, and now Actonese is trying to put a nose in. There was a little bit of contact there. Thankfully, neither of them ended up in the wall. That was close. Yeah,
that was. I said it before in one of the earlier races. That's not a corner you want to be overtaken or go side by side on. And Actonese lost out 2 places earlier on, and he should. I know he's got the overlap, but I think you just got to bail out and get yourself a bit of a better racing line through that corner, because he's lost quite a lot of time now to Joe through that section of racetrack. So
it's very much backing up behind Bradley here. Very much the cork in the bottle, as you would say, Dan. That gap is ever increasing to Sumner and Hark, who've gone at the front. Lightbody and McDermott both wanting to get through. Will McDermott have the patience to wait for Lightbody to get through, or will we try and get the double overtake here?
Yeah, I think he's just got to be patient. I think he should know that he's got the pace advantage over the pair in front of them. But it's just whether whether he's got the patience to wait to get one after another. He's got a good run on Lightbody through turn 3.
Lightbody's
Yeah, Lightbody's he's got a good line through turn 4, but McDermott's got a good exit. He might have a look up the inside of his left-hander.
Lightbody late on the brakes. I think McDermott will never be afraid to try if the opportunity presents itself. But now Williams has dropped Manning and Actonese and is involved in this fight. And there is McDermott to the inside.
Well, you're going to see Williams now get a good run on McDermott here up the hill. I've said this a few times already. You don't want to go side by side. McDermott's going to pay the high price for it, potentially going up into the braking zone. He's going to hang it side by side. Yeah, that's good racing between a pair of them, between the teammates. They're going to continue down the hill in this left-hander, but I think Williams is taking the place. That's a good move.
Really nice pass there from Lewis Williams. Very well done.
But yeah, there's another example of that left-hander is just not made for cars to go side by side, and especially since you're pulling yourself up a steep hill, as both the teammates go a little bit deep in the corner, and that's now Joe Manning is right on the back of the pair of them now. So
well, it's like an advert for Team KRO as we come down the start-finish straight here. At the start lap 6, Joe Manning, all of a sudden, fancies a look at McDermott into turn 1. He's going to send it, the championship leader. And it's through. That's a great pass. Really, really well done. Yeah,
I think Connor might have seen that one coming. Just running a bit wide out of the last corner. But yeah, from Connor being on, putting the pressure on Lightbody and Bradley, he's now lost out to Williams and Joe. So he's instead of gaining 2 positions, so that we're talking about a lap ago, he's now lost 2 positions. So we'll see Joe go for the inside on Lewis.
Yeah, he's going to the inside.
It's a bit deep.
He is
it's
deep.
A bit deep.
And now McDermott's going to come. It's going to be 3 wide. It really is an advert for Team KRO right now. But they're all losing out. It is the team photo shoot. But they are losing out. They're going to go side by side. They know McDermott thinks better of it this time, but he's run a little bit wide. And he gets a bit squirrely. And he gets a bit very squirrely.
And there you go. There's 2 laps in a row now. He's going to lose out to Actonese this time potentially. He's going to brake late, but Actonese has come off the brakes. And there's a bit of wheel bang in there.
It's firm but fair. And Actonese is going to have the high ground going at the left-hander. A little bit of contact there. But thankfully, they're both still pointing the right way. I think McDermott will be frustrated here. He almost was, as you said, Dan, was looking to get past Bradley and Lightbody, and suddenly he's at the back of this queue. It's pass or be passed.
Indeed. But yeah, I hit the blow
to the inside of Cini.
I hate to blow the same trumpet, but we've seen now 3 or 4 examples of that side-by-side action into the left-hander before the hill, and it's just not worked out on any of the occasions. But yeah, we've got Booth and Struthers side-by-side going across the start line. This is going to get interesting down in turn 2.
I think Booth's probably got the high ground there. Later on the brakes, Cini's gone a little bit deep. Struthers is going to try for the switchback.
Shout.
That's going to be a collision, and Booth's going to go around, and that one feels so harsh. Well, was Booth kind of in no man's land, wasn't able to go right to the inside because Struthers was there, and then did Cini come back across, or did Booth need to yield? I guess that's the question on that one. Let's go with a replay.
It was a tough one. It really was a bit of a tough one there between the 3 of them, because Cini ran a little wide, and I think Booth was aware of Struthers being on the inside of him. So I think he had his one eye on the mirrors and one eye out in front of them and didn't know which way to look next.
Gosh, Cini does leave space, but Booth can't take the space because Struthers is on the inside. I think is the problem there. That would be my read of that one.
I think you saw Booth put his foot down and speed up to try and stay away from Struthers, but in doing so, kind of just just made himself a magnet towards Cini's car. So yeah, it was a bit of an unfortunate chain of events. I think if Cini hadn't run wide in that hairpin, they all would have got through safely. But yeah, I think it was just one of those that Booth didn't know which way to go. Should he attack? Should he defend? And he just lost out massively there.
Only question would be whether Cini needed to leave a bit more room on the inside, but I don't know if Cini would have known there was 2 cars there. I would say certainly left more than a car's width, but as we say, it's just that the way the situation played out, Booth wasn't able to take it, and Booth now comes into the pit lane, possibly to retire from this one.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it was Cini's fault. He didn't, he ran wide, so he left more than the cars with. He ran quite a lot of there's a lot of space given to him. But I think, like I said, for Booth, it was just which way do you look? I think he, like I said, trying to keep ahead of Struthers, but in doing so, just made himself a target for Seni's car. So
well done, McDermott, to the inside of your favourite corner. And Actonese sticks it out around the outside, but McDermott is still there, and I think this time he's going to have the pass done. But this is a great fight between these two.
Yeah, it certainly is. They've been going hammer and tongs, these two. Joe's obviously managed to build a bit of a gap between, almost a 3-second gap. And obviously with these two continue to fight, they'll be extended even further. But yeah, it's one of the rare occasions where that sort of pays off.
We got just over 7 minutes to go. Harkima comes across the line to start lap 9 of this race. And Harkima has not won a race yet in FRS TCC. Has got 3 second places and a third. Remember the very, very first race at Brands Hatch, where Harkima led the whole race and then lost out to Joe Manning on the final lap? Well, it's all looking calm and serene at this moment in time, but there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, it's surprising that he said that he's not won a race, because given how fast, how much pace he's got, you'd think he'd have won one by now. But yeah, like you said, he's only highest places has been second on a couple of occasions. So yeah, maybe this is going to be the race where he breaks the duck.
A shout out here to Chad Bradley as well, by the way, who we talked about being the cork in the bottle, but actually is stretching the gap to Tom Lightbody a little bit now, and that sort of massive fight between the Chess.com racing car it's not really got any close. It's stretched out, for want of a better.
Yeah, once after the unfortunate contact with Booth's car into the hairpin early in the race, she's definitely settled down a little bit, and they said maintain that podium position. Although I suspect when it goes to the stewards that she won't keep it. But yeah, she's definitely doing well to maintain P3 at the moment.
It's Williams and Manning into the final corner. So Williams has been a little ragged this lap, and Manning is looking to take advantage. Has got something of a switch back here, but it's going to be a drag race down towards turn 2, the next braking zone.
Yeah, and behind them, Actonese and McDermott were having a bit of side-by-side action as well. McDermott was defending last corner, but yeah, the KRO cars are advertising themselves.
Oh, McDermott's
well
gone wide at turn 1, and Actonese is going to come through. They're going to be side by side as they come up towards turn 3.
Yeah, so McDermott's going to have the inside line, but Actonese can hopefully go for a switchback if he times it well, and which he just about has done.
Yeah, can't really pass into there.
No, he's backed out, and he's going to try for a run through 4 here. But yeah, these two are again going all guns blazing with each other. You're losing out to the 2 KRO cars in front of them, but providing a good entertainment in doing so.
Well, it was all strung out, wasn't it? And now suddenly they've grouped into 3 groups of 2, because Tom Lightbody is catching up to the back of Bradley as well. Bradley, as we say, we expect to be penalised for that contact with Booth.
Well, he goes Actonese.
I'd be amazed.
On the outside.
I'd be amazed if Bradley wasn't penalised for that. But McDermott's going to send it late, too late, perhaps on the inside, and is across the gravel, and Actonese is there to take the place.
Yeah, once upon a time used to be gravel. It's now slick tarmac. Yeah, it's 2 laps in a row where he's kind of just slightly outbraked himself going into the corkscrew, and this time he's paid the price and lost out. But he's trying into the hairpin.
Yeah, as I say, he's never afraid to send it, McDermott. But Actonese is very, very fair. He's left plenty of space there. And that fight continues, as does this one between the teammates, Williams and Manning. Manning to the inside. Not quite. Williams is late on the brakes. Ooh. Williams is too late on the brakes. Manning's too late on the brakes, really, but Manning is through. Williams barely hanging on to that one.
Yeah, that was yeah, as close as you'll get, really, to not kind of like spearing himself off the road. There, Williams, he was quite Dan Deere on the brakes, trying to defend that place from Joe. But
Actonese was slow through 3, and McDermott's on the inside, and these two will not leave each other alone.
Yeah, a fishtailing from the pair of them coming out of turn 4, so they're going to be side by side coming down into this left-hander.
We're going to have 2 laps to go after this one, I think, based on the pace that we've seen. And Hark leads by 4.2 seconds now. Surely this time, and I swear I'm not trying to curse it, but that is a hell of an advantage.
It is. He's not, that gap looks like it's just been ever growing throughout the race. And for, Oscar Sumner, who's running a lonely race as well, he's been extending that gap to Chad behind as well. So yeah, the front two just need to keep doing what they're doing, and they'll get their rewards from it.
Here goes McDermott versus Actonese, round 17. I would say these two just hammer and tongs for the whole of this race. And yeah, it's valid to shout out Oscar Sumner, actually, who has sort of struggled a little bit towards the start of the season, but the results have improved. The past 4, it's been a 5th, a 4th, a 4th. Haven't stood on the podium yet, and seems odds on to do so in this one.
Yeah, he's certainly shown good pace this evening. He's just another one who's just sort of found himself either making unforced errors or getting caught up in other accidents. And but yeah, he's had a good clean race, and he's shown the pace that he's got in that car. So good on Oscar. He said hopefully he can keep it on the road for the next lap and a half and score himself his first podium of the year. Sorry, just having a look at McDermott. That was very close to the back of Actonese' car into that in turn 5 there.
It's remarkable that this is the fight over 7th position. These two have both got a lot of pace. McDermott won the first race. Actonese was in 2nd place in the 2nd. And this is a hell of a scrap over P7. McDermott takes it back. But have we got the car stopped? Yes, we have. That was well done.
Just about, yeah. Actonese ran a little bit wide through the left-hander of 6 and onto the hill, and that's gave McDermott the run that he was looking for into the braking zone. So yeah, these two are switching around quite quickly.
Arkema starts the final lap here in round 12 and is sailing away with this one. The gap 4.9 seconds.
This is where we want to be looking between McDermott and Actonese. These two haven't. I don't think won't stop fighting until the checker flag falls.
It's been very, very fair. Great race. Actonese to the inside. Can we get it stopped? Great switchback. Very good switchback there from McDermott.
Yeah, I think he just he recognised just to let Actonese outbrake himself and just take that position back. So yeah, for Actonese, he's now lost quite a lot of time to Connor there. So yeah, unless Connor makes a mistake, I'm not sure I can see how Actonese can get up to the back of McDermott's car again.
Worth pointing out that Tom Lightbody is in 4th, which will, I think, be promoted up to 3rd. And also, 1 place behind is Joe Manning. And the difference between 3rd and 4th is 2 points. So that championship gap that was 4 points, I'm pretty sure, is about to become 2 points. But nobody now can take this win, this long overdue win, away from Harkema for Neon Falcon Racing. Out of the final corner and across the line for a dominant win in round 12 is Harkema. Finally taking the top step of the podium. Clearly delighted to be doing so. And what's going to happen in the fight to the line between McDermott and Actonese? It looks like McDermott's going to hang on, so it's Sumner in 2nd position. We expect it'll be Lightbody to be 3rd and then possibly Manning in 4th. I think Bradley will pick up quite a penalty for that one with Booth. And then Williams probably 5th, McDermott and Actonese maybe 6th and 7th, depending on the gaps and the size of the penalty. Brad Spitt across the line in 9th, Struthers in 10th. And then 3 retirements from this one. Giving up the ghost, Sini, Booth, somewhat unsurprisingly, and Ramon de Boer not making it to the end either.